So I've just done obviously a write-up about doing photos, predominantly on Slate. Now, as you can see, this is the image that I did. This is plain Slate. I haven't blacked this out yet by spraying it with clear lacquer. One reason I wanted it to penetrate deeper rather than have to go through the lacquer then into the Slate. Two, if you laser, well, spray first, then laser, sometimes when you try and coat over the top again, you lose a lot of the detail. Obviously, I'm just doing this as you don't need anything, you can just laser straight away. But I will clear coat over this after, and it will give it a shine finish, but it will make everything pop. So obviously your grey will dull out and it'll turn black, so your photo will pop a bit more. Now obviously I've done the write-up, which will be down in the description at the bottom as well, so you can read that as far, obviously following the video as well. Now I did it on wood as well. Now what I'm trying to get everybody to understand is if your photo is in Slate, it will be one setting. If your photo is in wood, it will be a different setting. So you can't use the same setting for both. If you manage to do it on wood and try to do it on something else and you can't figure out why it's not looking the same, it's because depending on what material is, there's no universal setting for this. So in the article, and obviously you can see right now, the setting works on Slate, great. The setting works on wood, doesn't. So it's the same setting, same speed, same power, doesn't work. Change the setting slightly, obviously it works. Now obviously you can see where the grain is in here, so that's why that line's actually there. Now there wasn't much adjustment in this setting between these two. The adjustment setting was the brightness on this. So we had a brightness setting of 98, and then we had a brightness setting of 132. Contrast stayed the same, white eclipse stayed the same. It was just literally the brightness setting. So obviously brighter on the wood, darker on the Slate. But obviously when you clear coat this will pop off the Slate. Obviously if you clear coat this, it'll pretty much stay the same, to be fair. But obviously on the Slate, it'll black the whole parts out that are not lasered. And obviously it'll give it a nice finish over the bits that are lasered as well. So yeah, when you're doing photos, it's never the same setting for different surfaces. So whether it be a painted cup, whether it be a tile, which Nick does a tutorial on how to do the tiles for the painted tiles. I've never really done the painted tiles, so but I can leave you a description. In the description I can leave a link to his article on doing tiles as well, so obviously you can have a read of that if you want to do painted tiles. Obviously mine if you wanted to do Slate or wood, but obviously with his as well, it's obviously his settings will be for the tile. So if you take his settings and try and use it on wood, you're going to have to play with it a little bit. If you take my settings and try to use them on a tile, you're going to have to play with it a bit. But I'm just trying to give you a guide of every one will be different. So it's never going to be the same. You can read the article. You can have this picture. It's just mine and my daughter's hands. You can use this picture, play around with it, try and get a guide of what you're looking for when you are playing with the settings. So you can either do it in Slate or wood or cardstock, anything really. Anything that you can think of that you wanted to try and laser on. But anyway, I'll leave all the information for the write-up I've done on this. Also, Nick's link for doing tiles as well. Then you can have a read of mine, read of his, and then kind of play with both of our settings, and hopefully you should be lasering photos in no time. Thanks.